So guys, Gary here for Cruisable Classic Cars and Hot Rods with artist Michael Irvine. Reflections of horsepower, automotive art. How you doing?
Gary, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Awesome, awesome. So you have a new painting that you like to discuss.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it. This is
so
really
this is
nice.
my newest painting. The title of this painting is called First, Second, and Third. So in this painting, we go to France and we go to the 24 hours of Le Mans. So
nice.
the new GTs that have come out, the history behind those cars is all based on the original race in 1966, in which Ford came in first, second, and third. A little bit of history behind the painting is that Ford wanted to buy Ferrari, and at the last minute Ferrari backed out of the deal. So Ford threw all of their time and energy into their racing program in hopes of beating Ferrari on their home ground. So between the towns of Le Mans and Mohegan in France, the highway is open to the public. So anyone can drive on that roadway and feel like they are in the 24 hours of Le Mans when the race isn't going on. So on this rainy June morning, these three new GT drivers are racing along the exact same roadway that the winners of the race in 1966 drove on, and for a split second, they themselves can feel like they are the racers that drove back in that race. So when you look closely at the reflections, these are the original GT40s reflected underneath the new GT
I was
Ford cars.
just going to ask you about this one because it's a different color than
Correct.
the other three.
Correct. So even this one here, they did not make a new version of that. They did make the black and silver Heritage Edition in 2017, I believe, and they made the Gulf colors in 2006. So for the purpose of the painting, I tried to come up with something that was similar in color combination. But the oddity of the color leads people to ask, what's going on with the reflections?
Absolutely.
And that's when you find out the real sort of hidden image behind it. And the information behind it is why do these cars have the mystique that they do? Because of the history of the race back in 1966.
I love the background story of your paintings. I just love the attention to detail and the background story is so fascinating to me.
I think it's important that every good painting has a story. When you have this hanging on your wall, you want to be able to relate that story to people that come and look at it. So as opposed to, why did you buy that? Well, because it matches the carpet. That's not a reason to buy art. You need something that's relative to you and your interests. So having a little bit of a background story for each piece of art creates a conversation with that piece of art when people come over and take a look at it. So I think it's important to include that. And I'd also like to, if and when possible, inject a little bit of history into the painting. Why do we have these cars? Due to the history of that particular vehicle. So the legend lives on with the new Ford GT because of the fact that there is so much history and provenance in these cars. They were purposely built just to beat Ferrari on their home turf. And you got to admire that.
Absolutely.
Anytime the factory puts that much effort behind something, they want it bad. And in this case, they came out way ahead in first, second, and third.
Right. All right, so now we're going to move on to the painting called Prove It.
Yeah, okay, so in this painting, I like the idea of being out in the countryside with like-minded individuals and just, doing your own thing and having a little bit of fun burning up some tires. So in this painting, we show the 69 Charger RT, and in the reflection, we have the 71 CUDA 446 pack. So the story goes, you have the RT owner saying, my car has a 440, it's pretty fast. We have the CUDA owner saying, well, I have a 440 and my car's faster. Right. Oh yeah? Prove it. So in this scene, we have Dodge versus Plymouth. On the side of the street with the Charger, we have the 69 Charger itself, then we have the Dodge Coronet, the Dodge Demon, and the Dodge Dart. And in the other side of the street, in the reflections, we have the 1971 CUDA, the 69 Plymouth Barracuda, the Plymouth GTX, and the Plymouth Roadrunner. So this is really Dodge versus Plymouth.
This is Mopar heaven right here.
This is Mopar heaven. And the setting is New Hampshire. So I love the theme of the license plate of New Hampshire, live free or die. These guys are living free. This is what muscle cars are all about to me.
One of the things I'd like to say, he's so awesome. Michael Irvine has such awesome paintings. I actually have one at my house, and it's just dynamic. So I want to thank you.
The pleasure is all mine. Thanks for taking the time to come by and take a look at my art again. Very appreciate it.
Very, very special. Michael, thank you so much.
My pleasure.